Studios, home for the #1 brand in worldwide sports and the official voice of the UB Bulls 50,000-watt
Bulls Radio. This is UB Football Insider with Lance Leipold, presented by Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill, co-sponsored by Kegworks and A-Turf, brought to you in part by our Team UB partners, New Era Cap, Nike, AdPro Sports, WGRZ Channel 2, Pepsi, Town BMW, and Comdot. UB Football Insider is coming to you live from Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Here's UB head football coach Lance Leipold and Assistant Athletic Director for Communications, John Fuller.
Good evening, and thanks for tuning us in tonight as we have another exciting episode of UB Football Insider with head coach Lance Leipold. And it's exciting because we're coming off a nice big win, Coach. Talk about that Army win on Saturday.
Yes, we are, John. It's great to be with you again, and it was an exciting win, come from behind, and very pleased and happy with the way our guys fought, especially in that fourth quarter, to come through with a victory.
Yeah, talk about how much this team needed that win. I mean, you guys have been practicing really well all season long, and obviously you stumbled a little bit in the first game and a tough loss in Nevada. But you guys really stuck together, and just talk about how important this win was to get back on track.
Well, I just think for our mental approach and going through, like you said, our guys have put in a lot of good work. I was very pleased with our practices, through fall camp and leading up to games. And sometimes it was always especially to come back, put it in overtime, and then win it in the overtime. I think is a great thing as we kind of head into this Boston College game, and hopefully it's something we'll build on all year long.
Yeah, I was in the locker room after the Nevada game, and one of the things you kept telling the guys is we're close. We're almost there. And what was it? What put you guys over the edge to get that win on Saturday?
Well, I just think just keep pounding away, and like you said, you were in there, you saw them. They're dejected, but yet they're very attentive. They're looking, they're wanting, they're accepting coaching. They want to get better, and that's all you can ask them to do on a weekly basis, and then hopefully it's going to start paying off. And like we said, we're young in areas, we're inexperienced in others, and then we have a few that have been out there a little bit. And as this all kind of comes together, you hope you start seeing it show up more on the scoreboard.
Well, the Bulls to come back and win that game, 14 points down in the fourth quarter. First comeback of that size since 2008 when the Bulls were down 20 that you guys had, but really matured a lot in that game. Talk about Tyree Jackson's play.
Well, I thought he played, again, his second career start. He's going through things that he hasn't seen before, and each and every week he'll get better. And the thing that impressed me about Tyree during the game was he didn't show signs of flinching or getting nervous, that things were rattling him, and he guys said to me, we got this, coach. And so again, it wasn't like something was coming at him that he
freshman quarterbacks that play with that kind of confidence. And then it looked to me like when I'm on the sidelines, the guys really rally around him, and they look to him, and for him to be that young, but to be able to play with that much composure and leadership is got to be pretty nice to see.
Yeah, it is, and I've thought through camp, and I think we talked about that, is that I thought the offense and our team rallied around both quarterbacks, but at the same time, Tyree's been around now for, he redshirted last year, he's been around the guys. I think traveling with the team last year, even though he was redshirting, helped put him in situations, and to continue to be around the older players, through game day preparation helped him. And again, his abilities that he has shown since the day he got here, gives him credibility and with the upperclassmen right from the start.
Yeah, and I thought the defense played fantastic. I mean, you look at this, but we're going to, clamp down when we need to. Just talk about the defense's play.
Yeah, I thought they played well, especially in the fourth quarter. Half of the third quarter in there is like take away the dive, make sure, and the thing was that if the fullback gets on track, that makes it a really long day. And I thought we did an excellent job of minimizing the fullback and then making the quarterback and the pitch, beat us. And they, like you said, they did hurt us with it, but I think the depth of our defensive line, the ability to, really the condition that I thought we were in as a football team, a credit to Ryan Sidzik and his staff, our strength coach, that when it got tough in the fourth quarter, we were still strong and making plays when we needed to get off the field.
Yeah, and I thought, you talk about, Coach Sidzik and the shape you guys are in. I thought, you guys almost wore down that Army team, and you look at a team like Army or any of the service academies, you think they're in the top shape of anyone in the country, really. But I think you guys were the more physical team by that fourth quarter and really wore them down.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just we were fortunate or what, but many times when you play an option team, through the cut blocks and the physicality up front of the game, is that you end up with a player or two down during the game, and we didn't have anybody, and they had multiple people down during different portions of the game. And again, that's a credit to our strength staff and everything that they do within the preparation and the ability to rotate some guys. And that's a position where we added some older bodies, and we have that, I guess a seasoned player, the more mature player that we can hold up during those times. And when they're always in a 4-down situation, John, where they're always thinking about 4 downs to get 10 yards versus 3 like most of us are really thinking, that's a mentality that when you start wearing down later in the game, that really gets exposed, and you don't get the ball back very often. But we were able to put ourselves in good positions, get stops, and make stops on 4th down and give our offense a chance to come back.
Well, one of those is the first player in the Bulls FBS era to ever have 16 or more tackles in back-to-back games.
Wow.
Just talk about his play.
Well, I thought Khalil continues to get better, and those are 2 different type of offenses, and he's going to be in for another physical challenge Saturday. But he continues to gain confidence, much like Tyree. Going to have to be a leader on the defense like Tyree is for us offensively, and sometimes it's on-the-job training, and you have to see certain things at the speed that they're happening in game-like situations. But he's a confident player. He's a strong player. He's got the size and picks things up very well. And he's going to be someone that's going to have to be one of our leaders throughout this season.
Well, and speaking about leaders, it's got to be satisfying to you. I mean, coming into this season, with so many new players, you probably didn't know who the leaders were going to be, except for your Boise Rosses and players that had been in the program. But to see a guy like Khalil Hodge, Tyree Jackson, and some of the young guys just stepping up right into that leadership role, it's got to be satisfying.
Yeah, and hopefully it continues to develop that way. I think when we're out recruiting, we're looking for people that have those type of qualities, people that are going to have people want to rally around them, and hopefully that whole group kind of takes ownership themselves. But there needs to be someone on each side that continues to be that vocal person, and sometimes by the position alone, you step into that role a little bit sooner than later.
All right, well, we're going to take our first break of the show. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Bulls' upcoming opponent. They'll be playing Boston College on Saturday afternoon. That's up next. You're listening to UB Football Insider live on ESPN 1520.
Join us at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Hey, it's Paul Santora letting you know we have 2 great locations. One on Millersport Highway next to the Marriott, one on Transit Road next to Transit Lanes. We've got 60 taps, 66 TVs. All of our food is made to order with the freshest and most natural ingredients. Both locations have live music, Millersport on Friday, Transit Friday and Saturday night. There's no better place to enjoy football and hockey with great drink and food specials for every game. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill since 1927. 4 generations strong, the only family to say we are the original. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Great food, great people, great beer.
Hello, this is that Kegworks guy for the Kegworks store. Are you sick of that neighbor throwing the best party every year? We have everything you need to kick that guy's party right in the you-know-whats. From an extensive line of Jell-O shot supplies to keg pumps, premium cocktail mixers, beer pong tables, and so much more. So get her.
This month at Town BMW, lease a 2016 BMW 320i X-Drive sedan for $320 per month. Only $320 per month. Call 505-2100, 505-2100, or stop by 8215 Main Street in Williamsville today.
Town BMW is proud to be the official auto partner of UB Athletics and offers special pricing to UB students and employees.
Pricing, performance.
We got this, Coach. Join our hometown team and let's have a winning season.
We love our town.
Celebrate One Buffalo Day at UB Stadium on October 8th when the Bulls host MAC rival Kent State for their annual homecoming game. Fans, arrive early for Stampede Square and tailgate concert by legendary rocker Eddie Money. It's a fun-filled day. The whole family
coming back to you guys in 15, John.
Is at 3:30, but the excitement starts at 12:30. For tickets, call 877-UB there or visit ubbulls.com. It's football, tailgating, live music, and a day celebrating One Buffalo.
Welcome back to UB Football Insider with Lance Leipold, live from Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill on Millersport Highway, right next to UB Stadium. Here's John Fuller.
All right, back here at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill on Millersport Highway. If you're getting home from work or around the neighborhood, please stop by and visit us. We're here every Thursday night at 6 p.m. And next football home game, we're going to talk about Boston College this Saturday on the road. Square. It's a day of football, tailgating, live music, and celebrating the city of Buffalo. All right, Coach, you got the win. Now you're getting back on the road. Now, before I talk about the Boston College opponent, do you feel like you guys are back into more of a routine? It seems like the first week was a Friday night game. Then you have a bye week. Then you have to fly cross country, play Nevada. Then you have to play an Army and get ready for triple option. Now you feel like you've kind of settled back into a little bit more of a routine?
What's a normal week?
Well, exactly right.
As soon as we get into a normal week routine, then we'll be playing on Thursdays. But, I know what you're saying, and there's a lot of truth to it because some of the coaches even said on Monday, it was more that sometime in the coaches' world that Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning of preparation and game planning is so important, and I know we kind of felt better about just the routine that we started to get into, and now we're in fourth week of school, and our players as students are getting into their routine now. Things are starting to come at them academically a little bit more too, and that always adds a lot more. You can tell when there's heavy weeks of assignments and tests and midterms because they got a little different look in their eye, and then a lot of it's being tired or stressed out on that side of things. But we're getting there, and but then again, as you alluded to, is we're back on the road, and I think the next 2 weeks we start conference play at home, and building that routine, I think, is going to help us, kind of move in a great direction.
Well, one thing I'm looking forward to is an hour flight as opposed to a 6-hour flight. I'm sure you are as well.
Yeah, but Nate Wills, Senior Associate Athletic Director, I think he asked the pilot to take a couple extra laps around just to make sure you were comfortable and got your cookies and pretzels.
Nate, he's always looking out for us, isn't he? All right. Well, to talk about the advantages of you're playing a Power 5, you're playing an ACC school. You always play that. We always have like a Power 5 conference opponent on the schedule every year. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, when I had a chance to meet with previous athletic director Danny White and even with Alan Green moving forward and scheduling philosophy and what we were looking for and really what they were looking for, and it was something that really was appealing to me was, we're going to look at local FCS type opponents, comparable group of 5 schools in home and home type series, and then a Power 5 school that would be a solid matchup for us, a challenging game, maybe geographically would have some benefit to us. And of course, where things are at, conference and other group of 5 schools that are playing, 2 of these games. And right now we're not, and that's good. And to play a Boston College team that's extremely physical and was led the nation last year in defense in the top 10 this year again is going to be a huge challenge for us.
Yeah, let's talk about that Boston College team, because one thing I've noticed is that they're not like most of the ACC teams. They're not like most teams in that league. They spread the ball out, run, play fast. But this is actually they slow it down a little bit. They're more of a traditional, deliberate style football team.
Well, yeah, I guess if you look back at it, they're more like football was maybe 10 years ago or so, where they're gonna huddle up, they're gonna play with multiple tight ends, they're gonna move and shift and do some things and run a power running game and use play action off of it and do some things that way and I think they've done a nice job. Coach Dazio's always kind of had that type of mentality, I think, about how he coaches the game, and they're good at it. I think the other thing they probably look at is, playing in the ACC against the Florida States and Clemsons, and how are they going to be able to match up with them and keep the games where they want them, and that's by controlling the ball, maybe taking time off the clock and doing things that way.
Yeah, we talked about their defense, ranked 6th in the nation this year. What's the biggest challenge? Why are they so good on the defensive side of the ball?
I think the first thing that stands out is their, up front, big physical, big guys. They're physical. They move well. They hold the line of scrimmage, and they make you one-dimensional pretty quickly. It's tough to get a run game going on them, so that'll be a big challenge for us. I think that they're athletic enough in the secondary, have some length there again to defend the deep balls. They're physical enough to come up and support run, and that allows you to do a lot of different things in your blitz game.
Hawkins, two guys have been really running the ball well, get them going in this game.
Yes, we do, and we got to strive for balance and kind of work that in different ways. I think even in previous stops in my career, one of the things that we always felt in games such as this is that you cannot abandon. Like you said, you've got to keep trying and be creative with it, but you can't abandon it, like you said, because then you've made it one-dimensional, and then you're going to get a bunch of different looks, and really they're just going to pin their ears back and come after you. So we're going to keep working on that. We didn't run the ball last week as well as we had hoped, but we have shown those flashes, and we're going to need to on Saturday.
Yeah, obviously the goal is to win the game on Saturday, but this is your final non-conference game. Is this more of trying to prep for a conference play? Is that what how do you look about this game?
I've never kind of in my head coaching career have ever thought of one game being a prep for another. I just think everything that you have to do and what you're trying to do, whether it be in postseason or bowl eligibility or win a division championship, you better take this given game and play to win it. We want to take strides and improve, but there's not like experimenting going on like a preseason NFL game would be towards conference. We don't have that luxury. It is healthy for the conference season, but again, we want to make it a 4-quarter game and try to find a way to win it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, do you also look at this as an opportunity to go to a region where you have some players from, and Rubens Joseph, Michael Foreman, two Massachusetts guys? I mean, there's an area that you can recruit. Do you look at an opportunity to kind of showcase UB football in that New England area?
Absolutely. It's something that we have to try to continue to get better, and we want to do a good job on the East Coast, and not just in Massachusetts, but anywhere that Boston College is also recruiting as well, because people that they're recruiting and as they fill up, there might be recruits that may fall to Group of 5 schools, things like that. So if you have a good showing on them, you'll continue to gain attention through a lot of different areas.
All right. Well, before I let you go, Coach, something came up that a lot of people may not be realized from the Army game, but you said in the post-game press conference that was your first ever overtime game coach at any level, whether it be a head coach or assistant coach in your 20-plus years of coaching. Is that, in fact, true? Do you have time to go back? And I know it's been a long time that you've coached.
Yeah, well, thanks, John. I appreciate it. As far as my recent memory holds me to account for, I have not gone back and checked exactly, but I do know this, John, that in my junior and senior year of college, we did have ties. So I know it wasn't we didn't have overtime when I played. So somewhere in there, I do not remember being in one. It was kind of exciting to be in one, and you kind of got to quickly go back and check everything that you talk about, what side of the field. You want to be on defense first, all the different things that you want, and we found a way to pull it out.
So hopefully on the other side of the break, we'll talk to Jared Franklin. You're listening to UB Football Inside with head coach Lance Leipold live on ESPN 1520.
From youth sports to the NFL, A-Turf synthetic grass fields are helping athletes have fun and perform at their peak. More than 30 Western New York schools and over 400 schools nationwide call A-Turf their home field. It's what the UB Bulls play on and the Buffalo Bills too. A-Turf Titan has the highest safety rating and the longest warranty. A-Turf, optimal performance for athletes, superior value for owners. Learn more at aturf.com.
Join us at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Hey, it's Paul Santora letting you know we have two great locations. One on Millersport Highway next to the Marriott, one on Transit Road next to Transit Lanes. We've got 60 taps, 66 TVs. All of our food is made to order with the freshest and most natural ingredients. Both locations have live music, Millersport on Friday, Transit Friday and Saturday night. There's no better place to enjoy football and hockey with great drink and food specials for every game. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill since 1927, 4 generations strong, the only family to say we are the original. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Great food, great people, great beer.
This month at Town BMW, lease a 2016 BMW 320i X-Drive sedan for $320 per month. Only $320 per month. Call 505-2100, 505-2100, or stop by 8215 Main Street in Williamsville today.
Town BMW is proud to be the official auto partner of UB Athletics and offers special pricing to UB students and employees.
Pricing, performance.
We got this, Coach. Join our hometown team and let's have a winning season.
We love our town.
Country music fans, get the VIP experience this fall during the Seneca Niagara Tailgate Concert Series at UB Football for only $36. This year's acts include Jared Neiman, David Nail, Chris Lane, Eddie Money, and more. Your VIP experience gets you front of the stage access and game ticket. To order, log on to ubbulls.com. It's country music, football, and tailgating. What else do you need?
And Fuller.
All right, welcome back to the show, and just remember, a reminder, that basketball season tickets are now on sale. Don't miss any more banner-raising or buzzer-beater moments, and get your tickets today. The excitement is building as the men's team looks to three-peat as MAC champions, and the women look to defend their conference championship title as well. To order, please visit the UB ticket office or call 1-877-UB-THERE. And right on cue, junior linebacker Jared Franklin able to join us. I know you guys were running a little late on practice today, but I appreciate you scooting over here and jumping on the show with us.
Oh, definitely.
Let's talk about you a little bit, Jared. First of all, you've got to still be sore. You had a career-high 17 tackles against Army. How's the body holding up?
Oh, it's doing pretty good. Getting some treatment, so a lot of rehab. So I'm getting back out there.
How good does it feel to be back on the field? Obviously, you played your first 2 years, then missed all of last year after having back surgery, but now you're back out there. How good does it feel to be back out there playing football again?
Oh, it's a blessing. Every day is a new adventure. Every day is a new opportunity to get better with my teammates, and sitting out it killed me inside. So actually being able to go out, run around with the team a little bit, play and get better with my team instead of standing on the sidelines, it's an opportunity.
And you just have to stay disciplined. Kind of talk about what you guys were talking about in the huddle, and how were you able to how to defeat that Army team?
We knew that they were going to come out fast and strong and physical, and we had to match that. A lot of the guys didn't have a feel for Army. They didn't know the speed of Army. I played them with Brandon Crawford 2014, and they are a lot faster than the scout team gave us looks for. But it's just we had to come out, we had to do our jobs, and we had to the biggest thing was trust. We had to trust that our other teammates were going to do their jobs, so we could focus on our jobs.
And how can you build on that? And now that you can trust each other, how can you build on that and continue this winning streak? And how can this help you down the road?
This was Army was a big milestone for us. A lot of trust, a lot of bonding during that time. To attack it full force.
That's great. All right, we're on with junior linebacker Jared Franklin from Missouri, and a lot of people may not know about you is most guys obviously are football players, and obviously we're a football player too. But I think your first love was wrestling. Mm-hmm. Can I talk about how you made the move from wrestling to football, and how maybe being a wrestler has helped you play football?
My dad really got me into wrestling at a young age. It's just the physicality of it. I used to like it because it was one-on-one. You could be an individual and be as good as you can be a state champion, be a national champion, and that's something that I dreamed of. And I knew football was out there. It's just I was so focused on the individual aspect of wrestling. So my wrestling coach saw my physicality, and he said I needed to try out for the football team. And I was a little bit hesitant, but my dad said if you start this, you have to finish it because we don't quit anything. So just of it, I actually played lineman during Little League. I played guard. I actually played guard my freshman year of high school. So it was fun, and it really shifted my focus from individualistic views on sports to more of a team-oriented sport. So it really helped me not just in the sports world, but also as a person as well, because it's a world where you have to depend on people to make you better.
Right, and obviously you continued your wrestling career in high school. You won a state championship.
Yes, sir.
At what point, when did you decide, hey, I'm gonna play football in college?
It honestly just happened during my junior year because me and my dad went out to multiple camps across the country. And I thought that this is an opportunity. Like not a lot of guys have the opportunity that I had. So I just went full force, started focusing on football. I knew that I had to still focus on wrestling because I couldn't quit it. I had to focus on both of those sports, balance them both. And I finished out my wrestling career, and I knew that it was time to focus on football in college.
All right, well, talking about balance, you are an electrical engineering major.
Yes, sir.
Because I know I was not an electrical engineering major. I did not play Division I football, and I barely got through school. How do you balance being an electrical engineering major, doing very well in your program, and playing football? I mean, how can you do that?
The grace of God. It's honestly one of the toughest challenges I've ever faced in my life, but it's something that I love to do, and I surround myself with people that want me to succeed and have the same goal as me, and that's honestly, it goes back to that team-oriented aspect of my life. I surround myself with people that want the same goal as me, and it really pushes me to become a better person.
And kind of working in that, trying to talk about that.
Oh yeah, so I worked on campus at ESI, Energy Systems Integration, with Jennifer Zernheld and Dr. Kevin Burke, and it honestly opened my eyes to the real world. In college, yeah, you take classes, you take exams, but this was the first hands-on thing that I did, and it honestly opened my eyes to so much more. And they are amazing mentors, and I couldn't be more proud with what they've done with me and how they changed me.
And I would think that, coming to UB is just a perfect fit for you because it obviously has a tremendous engineering program, good football program, everything that you want. I mean, how happy are you that you came to UB?
I wouldn't change. If I had to go back in time, I wouldn't change a thing. I met my girlfriend up here. I'm doing pretty well in the engineering program. I made connections that will last a lifetime, so I'm ecstatic that I'm here.
Well, we're ecstatic that you're here too. This Saturday, Bulls taking on Boston College. What have you seen on the game film?
I think their average offensive lineman is like 6'5", so we just got to play with low pad level. We got to execute, play our responsibilities, and just trust our teammates.
And how did it kind of throw you off a little bit? I mean, studying for a week to play Army, who plays, an option offense, to play in a more traditional, conventional offense. Did it kind of take you a few days to kind of get back into the swing of things and put that, Army in the rearview mirror?
I mean, a little bit. One of the first things that the coaches told us, like Coach Simpson said, we need to get out of Army mode and start focusing on more of the spread offense, powers, pullers. So it was a little bit of a challenge at first, but once we started rolling into practice, it was a smooth transition.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best of luck on Saturday at Boston College. We thank you for joining us, and we thank everybody for listening to us. UB Football Insider with Lance Leipold. We're here every Thursday night. Next week, we're actually here Wednesday because of a schedule conflict, but we hope you tune us in again. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you after Boston College. Go Bulls.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.